Welcome back, viewers, to the List of Legends list, where I actually have a top 8 list today, and it's another Total Drama one, which a lot of you really seem to like the Total Drama content, and if that's the case and you want to keep seeing it, definitely keep letting me know in the comments down below, or if you would rather see me cover a different topic altogether, then that's fine too. Otherwise, before we begin, make sure to click that like and subscribe button so I know you like my content. Without further interruptions, let's begin. So obviously, by looking at the title, I'm sure you know we're going to be listing the top 8 Total Drama villains, and this isn't going to be how much I like them as characters, but how much they were at being a villain. And disclaimer, I am not including the Redonkulous Race or Total Drama Rama, obviously, as they are spin-off series, and honestly it could be its own separate video, to be honest. So starting our list off at our number 1 spot, we have Max, arguably the weakest villain on this list, but he does come up with some great ideas to sabotage the competition, but Scarlet just seems to, I guess, refine them to where they're plausible, like popping the other team's balloons on themselves or using a wire as a conductor to shock the other team. Overall, Max just didn't have the brain power to come up with the plans on his own, and Scarlet kinda just made the plans possible. I mean, Max on his own doesn't seem that scary, but when he's paired up with Scarlet, he's definitely a pretty bad threat. Speaking of Scarlet, she comes in on her number 2 spot, and she's basically Max with double the IQ, if not more. She kinda played the whole quiet girl betrayal, and pretty much waited for her time to strike, but ultimately failed with Chris kicking her and Max off the island. I would put her higher on this list, but aside from helping Max sometimes, she didn't really do a whole lot. I think if they had her come up with more villainous plans, or like what Scott did in Revenge of the Island, then that would have been a lot more cooler, or even manipulate someone like Heather did to Lindsay and Beth, but it was also like Pakachiwa Island, so I guess I can't really expect much. Number 3, I chose Lightning, and this is a little bit difficult because he doesn't really do much aside from worrying about his protein powder and flexing his muscles all the time, but he did end up winning Revenge of the Island, so that's definitely impressive. But what makes Lightning a villain was he was always about himself, always saying how he's the greatest. At least Duncan had some good guy moments and had some form of heart, I guess you could say. While Lightning is just every man for himself, and he ended up actually winning Revenge of the Island, so you have to give him credit for that one. But aside from that, he didn't really accomplish anything to the other characters, like sabotaging, I guess. I guess him maybe choosing to fight Karen in the finale instead of Zoe, which in his mind I guess he thought would be an easy dub, but that's Lightning for you. Hitting our halfway point on our list, we have probably the most hated character on this list. We have none other than Mal, and the only reason he makes it on this list is because he was the main antagonist in Total Drama All-Stars, and he did technically get Mike all the way to the finale, sabotaged a lot of items, I guess, like Sam's game guy or Sierra's smartphone. He fooled the rest of the cast for a good chunk of the season. He was ultimately an evil genius, so he had every quality a villain should have, but of course he ended up poorly executing All-Stars and he didn't get proper development. So I think if Mal had an actual full season to develop, then he could have been the ultimate Total Drama villain. So as much as I really don't want to, I have to give Mal a bonus one time, and he is at our number 4 spot. Number 5 is Scott, and I really gotta say, he's definitely one of my favorite Total Drama villains. He did something that no other Total Drama character did, and that was throwing every challenge, so he could get rid of his own team. He basically went around sabotaging everything and everyone he could, like shooting Sam with a mutated bird, or blackmailing Mike to carry him all throughout Grand Chef Auto. Overall, Scott was definitely a big part of Revenge of the Island. Not as much in All-Stars, they kind of nerfed his villain aspect in All-Stars, which that whole season was just derailing characters left and right. But I mean, it's All-Stars, the most flawed season ever of Total Drama, so it is what it is. Number 6, we have Heather, and it's really no surprise she makes it on this list. I mean, she's gotta be on everyone's Total Drama villain list, and rightfully so. Heather had Total Drama Island dwindled around her little finger, pretty much effortlessly. She managed to take advantage of Lindsay and Beth to do her bidding, convince everyone to vote off Trent after kissing him. I mean, all around, she was an outrageously evil character that everyone hated, but still managed to convince everyone to vote somebody else off. That's absolutely nuts. She was hated by everyone and still placed number 3 behind Owen and Gwen. All around, Heather did her job as a villain phenomenally, and she shouldn't be underestimated. ever. Number 7, we have male Heather, or rather Alejandro. He was Heather, but better. And what I mean by that is, he had successfully managed to win over every girl he came into contact with, even if they were with someone like Bridget and Lashana. He got them eliminated so effortlessly and effectively. It's just crazy. He was always super smart in every strategy he came up with, and he made himself seem like this awesome friendly person to everyone and secretly pulled some strings. I mean, Sierra, who's seen every episode of Total Drama like a bajillion times, knew to watch out for Heather and not to fall for Alejandro's flirting after a while, and he still managed to get her to make Chris hate her guts and fool her into thinking Heather slept next to Cody. But no, seriously, all around, Alejandro was an award-winning villain for his incredible behind-the-scenes work of plotting to eliminate everyone. He pretty much beat Heather at her own game by luring everyone into his charm tactics and just made everyone seem like a total idiot. Lastly, at our great number 8 spot, we have the most evilest, most villainous character of all of Total Drama. Who else is it going to be other than Chris McClane himself? And obviously, Chris isn't a contestant, but I mean, come on, the dude has the most villainous moments in all of Total Drama. That's literally Chris's entire character. From creating the most diabolical challenges, to legitimately try to kill his own contestants for ratings, to refusing to feed starving interns, or making an entire season on a toxic waste island. Like, the list just goes on and on. At least in season 1, he tries to show at least some compassion to the contestants, but that doesn't make up for the other 5 seasons of pain and suffering. I don't think I need to say anything else other than Chris is the most villainous character ever in all of Total Drama, so I'm just going to successfully cross out the top 8 Total Drama villains on our list here. So alright viewers, that is the end of our list. Let me know what list you'd like to see next. With all that said, I look forward to seeing you with our next list.